Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking, and yeah, this is a ranking of the Friday the 13th movies. Yes, as you saw in my few previous videos, I did a ranking of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and the Halloween movies, and I want to do some Halloween-themed videos, because it's October and all, so I thought, what's another horror movie franchise I can do? I guess Friday the 13th? This is nowhere near as good as Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween, but you know what? This is the next best thing. There's a lot of Friday the 13th movies I absolutely hate, but whatever. And there's a lot of them, so I'm going to go through this ranking very quickly. So yeah, let's get into it. Here's my ranking of the Friday the 13th movies, my least favorite to my favorite. Let's get started. Coming in number 12 is Friday the 13th, 2009. If you ever want to watch a dumb slasher movie, this is the perfect movie to watch. This movie has the most generic and bullshit characters. This movie is gorefest / porno. It's just gore, 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 and sex, 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 boobs, boobs, boobs. And that's the entire film. There is no story. There is no nothing. It's just gore, 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 boobs, boobs, boobs. And this is one of the worst horror movies I've ever watched. It's so bad. I cannot believe a movie that is filled with blood, guts, and boobs is boring as fuck. This movie's terrible. Coming number 11 is Jason X. It's Jason in space. Jason Voorhees in outer space. Coming number 10 is Jason Takes Manhattan. What a title! It's like Muppets Takes Manhattan. Yes, Jason goes to Manhattan. Ooh. Yes, most of the movie, though, is on the fucking boat to Manhattan. Yes, takes Manhattan. Yes, in the last half, sure. This movie is god-awful. Like, Jason is, like, not at all scary in this movie, and the characters are the most generic horror movie, stock horror movie characters. There's nothing remotely creative or remotely scary about this movie. It's called Jason Takes Manhattan. How scary can a movie be with that dumbass title? Coming number 9 is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. This movie doesn't even have Jason in it. This is like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, but it's interesting, less funny, and less creative. So, yeah. Score? Coming number 8 is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Yeah, this movie is terrible. To be honest, I don't even remember. This is probably the most forgettable Friday the 13th movie. This movie again? Something. Jason kills people. I think this is the spiritual one? Next one. Coming number 7 is Friday the 13th, Part 3. Yes, this is the introduction to Jason Voorhees' goalie mask. Yes, this is when he puts on the mask, the iconic horror movie mask. That is the only thing that is cool or even awesome about this movie, because there's nothing remotely... This is just a typical Jason movie. Bunch of people at Camp Crystal Lake running from Jason. Is there anything creative, scary, or intense, or anything at all in this movie? No! No! A lot of these Friday the 13th movies are all the same. It's Jason at Camp Crystal Lake killing a bunch of teenagers. And that's exactly what this movie is. This movie gets the edge, though, because he puts on that cool mask. Other than that... Coming number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason, yes. This is just a slasher movie. This is just a fan-based movie. This is for all the fans of the classic horror franchises. Like, everyone who wanted to see Freddy Krueger take on Jason. It would have been, it was the two best franchises. It'd be Freddy versus Michael Myers, but the movie would probably only last 10 minutes because Michael Myers would die in the first 10 minutes. So they got the next best thing, got Jason Voorhees, a character who was less interesting and less awesome than Michael Myers. Yes, I know he can't die, but the Halloween movies are much better. But yeah, but this movie kind of demeans Jason. The first half of the movie, he's Freddy's bitch. The last half of the movie, he's the hero. The Friday the 13th movies, Jason is a horror villain. And he's also the person who dominates the movie and kills everybody. But in this movie, he's barely... Yeah, he does kill everybody, but he doesn't do any of those things. He's not the villain, and he doesn't dominate the movie. So, yeah, you want to see your favorite... If Jason's your favorite, you want to see one of your favorite villains do absolutely nothing other than just kill people. Well, actually, come to think about it, that's every Friday the 13th movie, but yeah, Jason really doesn't do anything other than kill people. Freddy's the one who's actually creepy in this movie. This is more Freddy's movie than Jason's. But, you know, I guess it's a fun movie because it's just a slasher movie. It's just two people fighting and killing each other and other people in the way killing each other. Honestly, if you like a bloody, gruesome movie, it's fun to watch. It's not my thing, but it's a fun slasher film. Coming number 5 is Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Not at all the final Friday, there was a few more after this, but Jason Goes to Hell is exactly what you think it is. It's from start to finish a stupid movie. The second this movie begins, it is straight up silly. There's not a second of this movie that is not ridiculous. Honestly, that's what kind of makes it funny and entertaining sort of to watch. Jason Goes to Hell is so ridiculous and really stupid. Yes, of course, it has like possession and, brings in the spiritual shit. But it's so dumb. But it's kind of interesting to watch. I know Jason X is really stupid, but it's stupid and boring. I'm bored and dumb. But this movie is dumb and kind of entertaining. Jason Goes to Hell is kind of entertaining. Really dumb, but entertaining. Coming number 4 is Friday the 13th Part 6. Yes, this brings Jason Voorhees back. And honestly, this is when the Friday the 13th were still sort of good. I don't like this movie. It finally brought Jason back. Yeah, the last movie had someone else pretending to be Jason. Oh, that was so stupid. This movie actually brings Jason back doing the things Jason does best, stalking teenagers, chasing people. There was actually some creepy atmosphere in this film, and that's why I gave it the edge over Jason Goes to Hell, because Jason Goes to Hell is just a mindless, entertaining film. But this movie had the atmosphere. It's still stupid. It's very dumb. It's a slasher movie with cheap scares and bad acting, but it has the atmosphere. There's some moments with some creepy subtlety and some decent shots. There's some atmosphere in the film. That's why I give the Part 6 the edge over a few other Friday the 13th movies. Because none of them have atmosphere. They're just chasing the gruesome death scenes. That's all it is. But this movie had atmosphere, and that's why it gets the edge. Coming number 3 is Friday the 13th Part 2. Yes, this is the introduction to Jason Voorhees. This movie is kind of freaking creepy. Like, the look of Jason is very scary and very good makeup design. Again, the acting in this movie is really bad. Like all the Friday the 13th movies, they're all bad acting. But it's actually pretty creepy. Like, this is the kind of movie I could actually see people watching around the Halloween time. Because there's actually some genuine scares in it. But yeah, still not a great film, but because of the good makeup and some of the good scares, it's a decent film. Coming number 2 is Friday the 13th Part 4. Yes, this is the most psychological and probably the most scariest out of the Friday the 13th movies. This and my number 1 are actually the only Friday the 13th movies I actually really like. This movie I watch every Halloween because it's actually a good movie, or a pretty good movie. It has a very young Corey Feldman in the movie. And it actually shows people that you can actually beat Jason. Like, Jason's not always indestructible. The sequels proved otherwise, but this movie actually is like a psychological battle. This family versus Jason, and it's actually a pretty creepy movie. There is actually some genuine scary things in this movie, and it's interesting. Corey Feldman's great in the film, and it's actually, like I said, it's very creepy, and I'm actually entertained watching this movie. This is actually a horror movie that's entertaining to watch. I know there's so many Friday the 13th movies, and I know so many people love them, but most of them suck ass because they're just generic slasher films. But this movie took it to a different level, and actually made it a psychological horror movie, and it worked. It worked. It's actually a good Friday the 13th movie. And the number 1 best Friday the 13th movie is Friday the 13th, 1980. Yes, the introduction to the Friday the 13th movies. It doesn't have Jason. Jason's mother is the serial killer, but it's Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's in this movie, and this movie is pretty damn good. I really like this movie. This in Part 4 is almost like a tie, but I do like it. Like, this is a very graphic horror movie. It's very violent, and the effects still sort of hold up today. There's some pretty dated and corny moments, but it is creepy. It has the creepy thrills, and it actually has atmosphere. Again, the teenagers are bad actors. They're generic characters, one-note characters. They're just there to die. Kevin Bacon was pretty awesome to see, but yeah, and Jason's mother, the actress that plays Jason's mother, is very creepy, and she herself is a very scary villain. She's probably more scary than Jason. Like, she's fucking scary. She is terrifying. And this movie actually is pretty damn scary. Like, this is the kind of movie you watch with the original Nightmare on Elm Street and the original Halloween. This is actually a genuinely creepy movie. Yes, the original Nightmare on Elm Street and the original Halloween are much better movies and much scarier movies and actually have groundbreaking things in it. This movie is just a good slasher movie. It's a good slasher movie. It is one of the best slasher movies, and it is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Friday the 13th movies from my least favorite to my favorite. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me what is your ranking of the Friday the 13th movies. Give me your rankings. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.